Did you know Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was the most ambitious yet poorly received entry in the Dragon Ball video game franchise? Let's dive into the 50 most insane, ridiculous, and awesome facts about this gem. Did you know Toriyama wanted to have involvement with the game before his passing? But unfortunately, what he wanted didn't make it into the final cut. Here's a quote from him. "When I heard about the development of Sparking Zero, I thought, why not let players control my grocery shopping list? We need more relatable content." Akira Toriyama pushed for a grocery shopping minigame, where players could collect senzu beans and rare fish to feed Goku. Unfortunately, this idea was scrapped after complaints that the game felt more like Animal Crossing than a fighting game. Did you also know Sparking Zero was originally supposed to be called Dragon Ball Yamcha's Revenge, but early playtests showed that Yamcha was still too weak to be a selling point. The name was changed last minute after Toriyama himself declared, "Yamcha's had enough screen time, leave him in the ground." Did you know Sparking Zero was going to feature the legendary farmer with a shotgun as an unlockable character, who could one-shot any enemy by yelling, "Hi you!" However, this was deemed too OP and the character was quietly removed from the final build. Did you know Sparking Zero was originally supposed to feature over 10,000 characters, including every tree, rock, and blade of grass from every episode of Dragon Ball Z? Early builds showed Goku fighting a sentient palm tree, but the game crashed when the palm tree tried to go Super Saiyan. The original soundtrack was composed by a band of crickets Akira Toriyama found in his garden. While the Insect Orchestra was praised for its creativity, test players reported that the soundtrack made them feel itchy and mildly confused. Did you also know Yamcha was supposed to originally unlock an Ultra Instinct form, but during testing, it was discovered that players would laugh uncontrollably every time it activated. Toriyama decided to shelve the idea to preserve the dignity of the series. Did you know Sparking Zero almost had a storyline where Vegeta became Earth's greatest financial advisor? Players would help Vegeta manage the Capsule Corp budget while defending it from Frieza's hostile takeover attempts. This mode was scrapped when it was deemed too relatable by beta testers. Did you also know, in early versions of Sparking Zero, players were required to yell into their microphones to increase their power level. If you reached over 120 decibels, your character would unlock an exclusive transformation, if your neighbors didn't call the police first. Did you know that Toriyama wanted Sparking Zero to have a realism element? So a minigame was developed where Goku had to file his taxes and claim Chi-Chi's medical expenses. This was later removed for being too difficult, after playtesters struggled with the complex tax code. What? Did you also know in one early build of Sparking Zero, Goku was completely unplayable because the developers thought it would make the game more challenging and immersive. Players had to fight Goku as every other character, but he would win every match in the first 5 seconds. Did you know inputting the Konami code at the title screen would instantly switch the protagonist from Goku to Yamcha, forcing you to play the entire game as Yamcha? This mode was removed after playtesters reported intense feelings of shame and defeat. Did you know Goku's tail was going to be paid DLC for $9.99 USD? Players could unlock Goku's Saiyan tail, which doubled as a weapon and a shield. However, due to backlash from the fans calling it pay to win, the idea was dropped. Did you know early development faced serious challenges with Saiyan hair physics? Jun Furutani commented on the issue saying, "At one point, we realized the hair was taking up 80% of the game's memory. I joked that we might need to start charging players for each strand of hair just to keep the game running smoothly." Did you also know there was a hidden bug in the fusion system that occasionally caused characters to fuse incorrectly, creating hilarious abominations like Krillin Buu and Piccolo Chi-Chi? This was patched after fans demanded more serious fusions, like Vegeta Low. Did you know Sparking Zero was going to include a Piccolo parenting simulator, where the players had to raise Gohan while training him in the wilderness? The mode was scrapped because players kept feeding Gohan dinosaur bones instead of senzu beans. Did you know Master Roshi had a secret Ultra Instinct transformation, where his muscles would inflate so much they would break the game's UI? The transformation was cut because it caused too many game-breaking glitches. Did you know Sparking Zero introduced Frieza's long-lost third cousin, Frieza, who had the unique ability to make everything smell fresh? This character was cut because, according to Toriyama, quote-unquote, "I only want 2 fridge-related villains in the series." That is a pun on Febreze. What did Toriyama mean by this? Did you also know in early concept art for Sparking Zero, Tien was missing his iconic third eye? Developers forgot to model it because, according to them, we didn't think anyone would notice. Spoiler, everyone noticed. Did you know Bulma was planned to be a playable character with her own custom battle armor, featuring a jetpack, laser guns, and a robot army? Unfortunately, the idea was scrapped when it made her more powerful than Super Saiyan Goku. Did you know Mr. Popo was supposed to be an unlockable character, but a glitch made him invincible? No matter what, he couldn't take damage and would destroy all opponents with one punch. Developers left this glitch in as a quote-unquote inside joke. Did you know? A dating sim mode was planned for Sparking Zero, where players could date various characters from the Dragon Ball universe, including Goku, Vegeta, and Chi-Chi. It was quickly scrapped when fans called it too weird, especially the date with Pan path. Did you also know? Oolong was a playable character who had a random transformation mechanic. Every time you used his special move, he could turn into anything from a rocket launcher to a pair of bunny slippers. Unfortunately, it was removed due to balancing issues. Did you know? Sparking Zero was supposed to have its own limited edition PS5, shaped like a Dragon Ball. The controller was designed to look like Goku's fist, but it was so uncomfortable that early testers reported serious hand cramps after 10 minutes. One developer stated, "I'm tired of Goku fisting me. Please God, make him stop." Did you know? Early concept art for Kid Buu showed that he had at least 7 additional transformations, including Buu Real and Buff Buu. These forms were scrapped because they strayed too far from the original character design. Did you know there was a hidden mode where players could choreograph their own Ginyu Force poses? You would use a rhythm game mechanic to create unique poses, but the mode was cut because players were getting too creative, leading to some questionable stances. Did you also know early builds of Sparking Zero had a glitch where if you ate a sensu bean, your health wouldn't just recover, it would keep regenerating forever. This made matches impossible to finish, as Goku would just stand there, regenerating endlessly. Did you know? Instead of asking for power or reviving fallen allies, early builds of Sparking Zero allowed players to ask Shenron for ridiculous things, like unlimited candy or a giant pet dinosaur. However, these wishes were cut due to breaking the game's immersion. Did you know? An early design document showed that Ultra Instinct wasn't just for Goku. There was a hidden Ultra Instinct cow character that could dodge any attack with sheer luck. The cow was eventually removed for not fitting the series lore. Did you also know there was an unused tournament mode where every character, upon reaching the final match, would immediately give up, leaving the player confused, with no winner? This was an experimental mode, meant to mirror the real feeling of hopelessness. Sparking Zero was going to introduce a full redemption arc for Raditz, where he became a traveling monk, teaching others about inner peace through intense training montages. This was cut for being too off-brand for Dragon Ball. If you want to see a funny review of Mega Man 1 in the style of Maxor, click here, or you can click here to watch my video about JoJo. Thanks for watching as always. See you guys next time.